All right.
Looks like we're back. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Welcome back. Yeah. Apologies for the little hiccup there, but we've got all our problems sorted out now. So, welcome back to this Stay Plugged In Western Showcase. Um, as always, I am Tech Runeskin, joined by my two wonderful co-hosts, Aelite and Extreme 4007, and we are here to bring you some Valorant. How are we feeling today, guys?
Feeling good.
Pretty pog today, you know. It's a
Yeah.
nice it's a nice day
Yeah.
out, but we're staying inside and playing Valorant because that's what you do.
That's what you do, especially if you're here in Southern California with us and it's
Yep.
90 some degrees outside. We are sitting in by our fans and we are playing Valorant. So, really quickly here, just to introduce our teams, we are going to be watching Team Good Neighbors Gaming against Team Floppa. So just for some information for all you folks out there, round one was already completed. Round one happened while that Overwatch game was going on. There are 4 teams in this tournament. There's Good Neighbors Gaming, Modern Day Varsity, Floppa, and Vikings. 3 of those names hopefully sound familiar. We saw Modern Day in Rocket League last night. We also saw Vikings in Overwatch just a little bit ago. And you know what? Now that I think about it, 3 of those teams in Rocket League had very like Nordic inspired names. So I'm curious to know if those teams, it was Gallerhorn, Mjolnir, and Svalin. I'm curious to know if they were also part of that Viking squad. But then Floppa as well. That is Norwalk High School. We saw them play Rocket League, and we saw one of their players in Overwatch just now. Good Neighbor Gaming, and I just got my roster up. It looks like they are from Roland High School. So they are a squad completely from Roland High School. Floppa completely from Norwalk High School. That is the game we are about to watch. Good Neighbor Gaming versus Floppa. Both of them won their previous games. Floppa beating Vikings and Good Neighbor Gaming beating Modern Day. And so now we will see Good Neighbor Gaming take on Team Floppa. Are we excited for this, guys?
Oh,
We
for
sure
sure. Yeah.
If
Can't wait to see this.
yeah, if one thing's for sure, every time we watch a Norwalk match, it's usually never boring. So, you know, Floppa having a nice reputation coming from us. I mean, obviously, people who are plugged in won't really know, but take our word for it. They're usually pretty on point with the entertaining match, and I think you'll all enjoy it.
Yeah,
To see the-
I'm stoked to see it. We know. I mean, you're gonna hear us talk all about Floppa today. They have very peculiar play style. They are not ones to stick to the meta. If they have some crazy plan, some like off meta weird stuff, they're gonna do it. The only thing that I'm really surprised about right now is their icons. We don't see our frogs from them.
Oh yeah, the
Uh,
usual frog squad.
I guess you
Yeah,
could say they're just prideful today, man.
yeah, they're
It
just prideful.
happens.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
That's a neat alternative.
Yeah. But so, this game, it looks like it's going to be played. The lobby is currently on split, so we can assume we're playing on split today. And we're going to start really soon, but I do want to hear some thoughts from both my casters before we launch into it. Extreme, what are our thoughts on split?
Split's pretty good and a pretty good map. Divided by 2 sites, hence the name Split, but also splits into a middle side of the map where a lot of control can be taken, where it enters both into both sides. And I feel like I'm missing something, but no, Split is just a overall pretty good map, but Ascent is usually my favorite out of the 2. But yeah.
Aelite, what are our thoughts on split?
Split is a very good map. I have nothing mean to say, surprisingly. Um, it plays really well out. It's really strong and like for Cypher and a lot of Sentinels to be played, especially Killjoy. Killjoy is very prominent in this map due to her lockdown being able to cover most sites and kind of just shut down a couple of pushes. So with I think what we're going to see a lot is we're going to see a lot of Cypher. We might see 2 Sentinels, which is not usual for most compositions, but like we said, Floppa is very unlike conventional, so we might not see that. But I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Good Neighbor Gaming coming out with like some kind of like meta plays, as in like Cypher, what the Cypher one ways too, that are also very prominent on the B site, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm excited to see what goes on.
Awesome. I'm excited. I'm super stoked to see like what these two teams have in store, what kind of character picks we got and stuff. And it looks like we are going to launch in this game. Both teams are ready to roll. Any last comments?
Yeah. I hope both teams have fun. Of course, that's a given, and I hope we see some good Valorant today.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Um, I'm pretty sure both of these teams are wonderful teams, and I'm pretty sure it's going to turn out to be a great match. Most of these matches turn out to be great matches, especially at the high school level, from what I've seen. So I'm excited.
Heck yeah. Awesome. So looks like both teams have readied up. And we're just kind of waiting to fire into this game. Get hyped. Once again, this is round number 2. Both of these teams won their first round. And so now we get to see, what they have in store for this round number 2. All right. And I guess any moment now, I guess we're still waiting on a few things. So I guess we'll just kind of fill the air while we're here. You might have, if you come from Trinity Esports Championships, you've heard Aelite and Extreme cast before. They are the tag team Norwalk casting duo. They're like mainstays over there, and you've heard them cast quite a few Valorant games there as well. Give that Norwalk High School Esports some love. Give Trinity Esports Championships some loves. But I try to fill the air, and the game has started. I'm going to hand it off to you guys.
All right. Well, thank you very much. And
All right.
Yeah, we'll get this game started.
So let's see the lock-ins already. See, I told you there's a Killjoy trying to maybe lock down those sites very well, and the Killjoy's coming out from Good Neighbor Gaming. And we see a Cypher there, but not locked in yet from Floppa. So we might see them lock that in, because Cypher's very meta, and there's a lot of one ways you can use with Cypher, kind of giving you a unfair advantage. But I'm not here to judge. I don't balance the game.
Yeah, Cypher's a very powerful pick on this map from the one ways that he could do, as well as the tripwires, allowing him to just kind of force their team to either go around or destroy the tripwire. Either way, giving him information and relaying that information to his team that there's possibly the enemy team there, which is important. Valorant's very important with information, and it's very useful to win games.
So far what we see over
Select
here
your
on
agent.
Good Neighbors Gaming is a Sentinel, 2 Duelists, and 2 Initiators, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, that is 2 Initiators, Viper and Astra. Astra's a very interesting pick because she's not typically seen as much in comp, but I do think that is due to the fact that she is a newer character.
Yeah, we see Astra on Floppa as well. Gonna be interesting seeing a dual Astra play on both sides. Astra is a very technical heavy character, in my opinion, requires a lot of information to be passed around to be using her abilities correctly, and if pulled off can pay off really well.
Yes, it can, and it will obviously play in their favor depending on how well they will be able to use it. So now that we're getting started into the match, we're going to hopefully see a preemptive setup for we'll most likely see a preemptive setup for whatever push they're taking, as they do have a Viper, and it's very common for players to shoot up their Viper wall in certain places so their push is covered. But it doesn't look like Viper has set anything up yet. I'm gonna keep a close eye on her. Maybe she'll do something.
Yeah, it is round 1, so we're gonna see some things.
Oh, here we go. They're setting up their Viper wall. I'm wondering where this will go, because I haven't seen much Viper walls on Split. I just don't play Split all that much.
Apologies. We do see the start on A side, where the Neighbor Gaming is already taking control, and Norwalk is planning for a possible retake. It's already
Planted.
a 2v3 in Good Neighbor Gaming's advantage.
Player standing.
Now it's last to Pearson on Floppa's team with a 1v2. Can he pull it off?
Pearson is stuck in a nice 1v2 situation.
One enemy remaining.
A little bit easier to pull off for attacker sided, but he did get that nice kill, which was a headshot, and they don't know where Pearson is, and he looks away, but he's on the bomb, and this is not looking good in his favor, and it does not go in Floppa's favor. But it's very hard to do in a close plant.
Yeah, close plant situation where you're in that heavy 1v2 and you gotta try and take care of situations there. Very unfortunate for Pearson, but it was a nice 4K in the first round with just pistols. Still very impressive. And, you know, Norok still, Floppa's still not in the dumps yet. You know, that was round 1. Pistol round is important though. Kind of dictates the steady rounds and the steady eco in the coming rounds. But we will see now in round 2. Good Neighbor Gaming, half of the team will be pushing into mid, while Raze will be kind of flanking up on A site, trying to hopefully cause a distraction. But
Raze here, first blood here, going into of Good Neighbor Gaming.
There's a trade off here.
It's a late trade, but a trade is a trade.
One enemy remaining.
Now, players are getting picked off one by one by Good Neighbor Gaming, as it is a 1v3. Total advantage of Good Neighbor Gaming, as you know, Asher starts to put on smokes. We still have the Viper for the Viper wall, and this looks kind of difficult for the Cypher as he gets taken out by this Jet.
So now that's 2 rounds in favor of Good Neighbor Gaming, which is, in my opinion, is quite odd because this you know, this map is kind of defender-sided. It's very like if you have a Cypher as Floppa does, you get to lock down one site fairly well, and it's just nice. It's not typical to see people struggle on defense, but it's just 2 rounds, so let's not count Floppa out just yet, and we're gonna see what Good Neighbor does on this B push, sending Killjoy alone into garage, and everybody else is coming up mid. And I don't think that Floppa is quite aware, but they do have Phoenix watching it, and if he can hold off the push just a little bit longer for his team to act on this location. Kala was probably going out now. Astra on in their avatar state, as I like to call it. Down goes Astra, taking out Pearson. Diego left on the side and takes, kind of holding it down. See, Cypher has traps set up, so Cypher's confident in where he has to look.
Spike down.
Jet
B.
and Cypher on site now with bomb down. This is heavily in favor of Floppa, and it looks like Killjoy might just be saving their Phantom here. It was I don't blame them.
A Vandal that was picked off by Floppa, as Floppa had force bought this round, which means they have spent most of their income into buying powerful weapons that would give them an advantage in this round compared to the saved weapons from last round. So
we stand corrected, actually.
Yeah,
Killjoy's going for it.
Okay, Killjoy will attempt it, as I guess that was a bot gun from someone else.
It is a nice 1v2 with 10 HP, so they pull this off. That's some hot stuff right there. Oh, that's 1. So now it's a 1-on-1
caught off guard with the camera.
Now he just needs to get the kick. Ooh, but it doesn't quite work out, and Killjoy goes down to the Jet.
Jet just holding that corner there, very just hidden and very smart. But that was most of Norok's players taken down as they have forced bot, so their economy is going to be a little low this round, as it's only going to be the Jet that will be able to keep the powerful Vandal, as everyone else in Good Neighbor Gaming will be able to buy powerful weapons such as the Phantom and the Vandal. So I kind of don't want to say, but I want to say at the same time that Good Neighbor Gaming already has the advantage. But, Phoenix has a judge. But, okay. The caster curse, I'm so sorry.
You just had to say something.
Yeah, I had to say something, I'm sorry. But Good Neighbor Gaming pushes up into mid and catches Phoenix right off the bat, catches Pearson along with it, taking control of B Heaven into this male spot, as well as Killjoy going into this B main section, catching Cypher off guard, and this is not looking very good for Floppa, as it is a 5v2.
Yeah, Good Neighbor Gaming having full control of the site and control of Heaven is not a good sign whatsoever. It's just Reyna and Jet, which, however, being the 2 duelists, seems to be like their best bet to a clutch here. Either they go for it or they save, but it seems to be like Floppa is going to be going for the attack here. Hopefully get off a couple picks at least. Maybe
Ooh, there's the-
destroy the economy a little bit.
Yep.
But Floppa kind of backing off, maybe deciding that this isn't worth it, and we should just save our rifles. And that
Yeah,
seems to be
after
the
the
choice here that they're going to go with
Killjoy
and
trap.
walk away.
Yeah, Killjoy trap kind of staggering them a bit, deciding it's not worth it. You know, low on money. Good idea
Yeah.
to save, and hopefully bring the strength into the next round. And yeah, it's unfortunate because Astra on Floppa team had no money that round, ended that round with $0, and now has 1900. So Floppa's in a bit of an economic crisis here. Well,
Yeah, Floppa is not doing well at the
Yeah.
econ wise. They're most of them are going to decide not to buy. Besides Diego here, who is buying a judge, which is a very bold move. But we're just not going to judge them. You know, they're the players, not us.
Okay.
And full rifles
Yep.
from Good Neighbor Gaming. So we'll see how this goes. And it looks to be an A push here, but it may be a slow
Oh.
one.
The Killjoy ult on B side, distracting all of Floppa's team to kind of go over to that B side,
And
it
the bait and
already-
switch works.
the bait already has its effect as Astra has been taken out, and Good Neighbor Gaming is gonna get control of the site. Spike is gonna go down, and Norok is gonna have to play for a retake.
Floppa is going to have to play for retake with two players on site. It seems like Good Neighbor Gaming is in a good position, but they both get taken out, and now it's all down to the Killjoy, who has to hurry up because they are on bomb, and that is just narrowly hitting the jet, saving them a bit more time. Now it's 2-on-1. Will the Killjoy be able to hit the shot? No, they will not. And that a round in favor of Floppa Gaming, or Floppa. Oh, I'm mixing up names now.
Gaming.
Floppa Gaming.
Oh, good. That'd be a nice tag though. Just imagine Floppa Gaming.
I would buy merch from that team. I would buy a jersey.
Yeah, but
Give me a
Anyways.
Floppa Gaming jersey, 2021.
oh, that's great. But that round, Reyna from Floppa team was able to just completely take control of that round, being able to get a 3K there, completely turning the tides over from a kind of bait and switch disaster to a wonderful accident, you know?
Yes, of course. And now we have two people kind of fake pushing A, and I think the rest are pushing B site. So it's either a split push or some kind of fake to try to throw off Floppa. But Good
Yeah.
Neighbor Gaming here, pulling out all the strats, being very tactical, which is, you know, good for a team. You can't just completely rely on your mechanical aim. That's just not going to work 100% of the time.
Yeah, I feel like Good Neighbor Gaming is going to be playing a bit for picks here, but you know, no one has been killed yet, and the timer's already running down to a minute. So,
But we
yeah,
do see here coming into middle or mid. I don't
Yeah,
know why I
this-
said the full name. That was weird. Now in sewers, so
Let
they're
this
probably gonna
rotate.
head up their way onto the A site.
yeah, Good Neighbor Gaming's gonna compile their forces over here on A main, and hopefully make a push soon as they are running low on time. There goes the Boombot initiating the push, scouting out for people, for information, and that alerts Floppa as most of their team is going to be rotating over to the A site. No one has died yet. There's the first kill on the jet. Viper ult being put down, creating a big wall of smoke, a big wall of smoke blocking off sight from Floppa to allow Good Neighbor Gaming to just have that situation there. It's a 2v2. I feel like to be in favor of Good Neighbor Gaming as they do have the Viper ult, and the Viper ult is very powerful as the shield buff. Oh, but the Cypher ult. Oh, that's powerful, but unable to get anything off of that.
They don't do a lot of damage, and this Cypher is very low inside of the Viper ult, and that's not going well. And now it's all down to Diego having to defuse, but I do not think he has enough time.
He doesn't have enough time.
Viper running away, Cypher running away. I think they're both gonna die to bomb, and it's just an eco.
Yeah.
Oh no, it is not
Cypher
an
makes
eco
it
loss
out.
completely.
Yeah. Unfortunate for that, Cypher didn't have enough time to defuse the bomb. It takes 4 seconds to defuse the bomb, and if it's about to blow up, you just get out of there and save your guns to have it for the next round. But that was
This goes here.
useful ult for Viper, delaying the time as you know, it kind of forced the last two players on Floppa to just play really slow and trying to not get caught up on anything, because that Viper ult is very powerful. And Floppa now forcing to save again. All they got is
You should
classics, planning to hopefully buy guns next round. As we do see a Killjoy ult on B main, they will be. Looks like Good Neighbor Gaming will be trying to full push this here, and
My camera is destroyed.
no one was detained. They're getting
Enemy
side
down.
control. Oh, Cypher gets a 2-piece, and but Raze also gets a 2-piece, and Good Neighbor Gaming. So
that
now
was
it's
a-
a 3v3.
Spike
That is
planted.
it. That is a nice 3v. Now it is in fact a 3v3, which means that it's not in anyone's favor. But now that they planted the bomb, never mind. There is a quite an advantage to Good Neighbor Gaming, and down goes
2v2.
the flank with an immediate trade. So now it is a 2v2, still kind of even, but still in favor of Good Neighbor Gaming with the bomb down. Astra doesn't see the other Astra, and down go both players,
Oh,
and
that
the
was-
round goes in favor of Good Neighbor
was
Gaming. It
pretty
was
smart.
very close.
With Jet and Astra being pushed up on Garage as well as the back of site, kind of having this like pinch, if you want to call it, of a peek.
Crossfire?
The crossfire. There you go. Thank you.
Yeah, I got you. I got you.
Thank you. Thank you. I got my callouts mixed up, but yeah, they had that crossfire there, which really allowed them to take care of each other, and I feel like that's what gave them that win there in that final moments.
Yes,
But
it definitely did help out.
Yep, score is now 2-5 in favor of Good Neighbor Gaming going into round 8. And you know, Norok or Floppa is still in the economic crisis.
Everybody gets flashed there, but they all flick right away. They have good game sense. They know what they're doing. You get flashed, just spray and hope something good happens. But
I mean, it kind of worked. Phoenix was injured a bit, and had to force to use his abilities to heal. And
That is-
they will be pushing up into B heaven there, it seems. Got the Raze ult, but not getting any
gets
profit
shut
off of that.
down.
As he gets shut down, gets traded off. It's a 4v4. They're getting control of B side. And
There is a Jet ult, however, that could turn out in big favor of
a Floppa, yeah.
Floppa.
Looks good. It's a 4v3 now. Spike is down, so the time advantage has turned around. Oh, Jet sees.
They get one.
Gets
Player
one.
standing.
It's
Now
a
it's just
2v1.
2v1. Jet sees Viper hits him once, does not get the kill. However, Jet is now going to cover and gets the kill. It doesn't matter because Jet just hits those.
Jet just hits those. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. As soon as Jet saw that Viper pit shoot out from the direction, he knew exactly where they were and was able to just put their crosshair there and wait for them to peek out.
That's another round on the board for Floppa.
So they needed this win. Now they have a bit of money, I believe. Probably not though. But
They do have a bit of money, but we're not going to see a full rifle buy coming out of Floppa just yet. We're
actually,
always
I think out of both teams are now a bit low in the dumps. They've been using all their money to buy all their things, their special goodies to win the game.
Oh, no, wait, it looks like Pearson's just the only one. You know what? Maybe Pearson's just feeling confident, you know?
It just
Pull
hits
out the Sheriff, one taps, you know?
one time,
hit 'em.
maybe.
Yeah, you hit him.
Might hit those. Alright. Round 9, Good Neighbor Gaming split into B main as well as mid. Trying to force a distraction maybe, and trying to get some picks so really confident to make a confident push. Here, ooh, Killjoy's gonna be getting an ult orb, which is gonna allow her to be one step closer to her ult. Killjoy's ult is very powerful, as you may have seen already used twice in this game, where it's a big AoE that if the timer runs out, it creates this big stun. And that stun is very powerful if you're left in it by the time runs out.
Here.
Kind of just renders you useless until the stun ends. Now,
Oh,
that
and
was a
Killjoy
Oh,
gets the Cypher.
I don't know if you caught it there, but there was
Yeah.
a mix of the Astra pool and the Killjoy Nano Swarm,
Spike planted.
which it's a very powerful combo, the Astra pool and any grenade, which the astral pull
No, any
pulls them
type of molly?
closer. Yeah, any type of
Yeah.
molly. Yeah, it pulls them closer, and you want to get away from the molly, so
So right
yeah.
now we see both Pearson and Scene in heaven. Now I'm not sure how this is going to go for them, as it is in fact a 2v5, and it's not likely that they'll
Player
win this, but
standing.
it is a save round and Scene goes down. Now it's down to Pearson to get something. Since he's saving, he's already had a save round. I'm not sure if he's just going to save the KD. Oh, he got to save the KD. Oh, he has a Vandal now,
Yeah,
actually.
Pearson picks up a Vandal, able to save that to the next round. Yeah, that was a very kind of unwinnable position for Floppa there, as they had two people getting the crossfire there, and it would have been very difficult to get that win if it even had the advantage too. But,
I don't know if you saw that, but at the end, they were just running after Pearson.
oh yeah, trying to create
It's-
more
it's-
economic crisis there.
I was kind of scared. I'd be scared too if I heard 5 different footsteps coming at me. I was like, nope,
Yeah, I mean we
that ain't it.
in game they don't have the same wall hacks as we do. So yeah, you're just hearing a bunch of footsteps crawling towards your direction would just be kind of terrifying.
Yeah.
Enough horror aside, we're on round 10, and we got Good Neighbor Gaming with the Vipers kind of flanking around towards A. Last minute decision to try and maybe get a pick and cause some distraction, with everyone else being in towards mid or B. Norok's defense decision has been pretty normal throughout the games, with one person in B heaven kind of controlling mid as well, and two people on both sides of the map.
And they're going to do what they did in a previous round, slowly walk through sewers into the site of A. And it's just like last time, there's only 2 people on site, and that might work out in their favor if Viper can get this first pick off, but Viper does not. Not even narrowly weakening the Astra, and down goes the first opening pick, and there's a second pick, and it's a straight actually.
Nice sheriff pick
Spike
from
planted.
Floppa Jet.
Floppa is in fact kind of closing in onto the site. Down goes the Killjoy. Brace turning around, getting the kill, which kind of saved themselves from
Player standing.
Big Hurt. Dago by himself now. Hopefully he can get something. Coming out with a flash, comes around, does not see a single person. And the Viper eventually does take him out, putting the round once again in favor of Good Neighbor Gaming.
Nice 3K there by Jan, Good Neighbor Gaming's Viper, which just kind of turned the tides there, as Norok had a pretty good flank, but Jan quickly just turned that down. I want control of this. We don't get to retake. But that was good by Good Neighbor Gaming. 3 by in favor. Yeah, mixing my words. Total score is 3-7 in favor of Good Neighbor Gaming. Once again, and this is a best of, I believe, 13, unless it is 1-2.
Yeah, it's always the best of 13.
Yeah, best of 2.
Unless it's overtime.
And Good Neighbor Gaming is going to be split up kind of B and mid, with the Rays kind of trying to sneak back to their team. There goes the Killjoy ult I was talking about, kind of creating this AoE. Oh, but Diego does get a pick, but is now forced to kind of book it. Oh, but does get scanned.
They are using this Killjoy to their advantage, however, and Diego, the only on site, gets taken out, and then Heaven gets cleared by Raze. So this is going into the favor of Good Neighbor Gaming once again, and now it's a 1-4. It's not looking very likely. They might just save for rifle. No, Jet is gonna go for it. Jet is, however, a heavy frag, no duelist. So this could work out in their favor, and that Astra does mess them up, however, so it's not gonna go well.
Unfortunate there for Floppa Jet, as the Astra pulled them closer, which allowed both of the players up on Heaven to peek confidently and just know where they were. But as it was announced, this is the last round before both teams end up swapping positions, and this is where both teams will hopefully spend all their money, as Floppa will now have 0 credits for everything. That's actually a weird sight to see complete zeros down the line.
It's not a good sign.
No, it's not.
No.
But 2 judges in a dream. which looks like they'll be here on this B side. We got a complete B side push on by Whenever Gaming. They got information. Oh, it's just a mess there, with Diego causing a bit of a ruckus with the judge. Oh, he gets
Oh,
it
Diego
there.
gets it. Oh, going and no.
The
Papa
judge.
gets the round switch.
Yeah, Floppa gets the
Switching sides.
last round of that side. Oh, that was something. The judge is a very powerful weapon if used correctly, and I feel like there was a correct use of its ability to just shut pushes down and just be a nuisance, and that worked out in Floppa's favor. But yeah, now
Now
oh, go ahead.
Yeah, so now we'll see Good Neighbor Gaming on attack. And I'm wondering if they're just as good on defense as, or just as good on attack as they are on defense.
No, they are
They're
Neighbor
defending.
Gaming is defending. Yes, they were just attacking.
Oh, so I said it right. I'm going crazy. Sorry. Ignore
Floppa
that.
will be attacking now.
Floppa's gonna be attacking now. I knew that. I'm just making sure you knew.
Thank you, my bad.
Yeah.
Alright, fast round. Technically round one push with
Oh.
pistols. As people are getting picked, it's now a 3v3. It was very fast picks. That was
I'm already going down with not even
Spike's
like a
already going
minute into
down.
the round.
For like 20 seconds, man. Come on. It's now a 3v3 still, and Floppa already has the spike down. A very fast rush there. Now Good Neighbor Gaming will be trying to go down ramps with two of their players, trying to just get that flank there, and it will work as
One enemy
heaven
remaining.
control will be taken out, and it's all left to the Astra, who went along with the flank, and that was kind of a one-way there by the Jet, right? You saw that, right?
Yeah, they put the jet smoke on top of half wall, right?
Yeah, the smoke kind of going halfway, but you can still see their feet, which allows you to just shoot them, but they can't see you. So yeah, the power of a one-way.
They're very common, and I love them so much.
Alright. They
It's
can
just
be
so
good
great.
and annoying at the
Yeah.
same time. Oh, it's great.
Need a drop.
Now we're gonna. Oh.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna
Floppa-
see full garage push. Ray's running away.
Poison orb emitting.
Now with this now we see a Viper one way over here on garage, not playing in favor, and looks like Floppa just doesn't. Nope, Good Neighbor Gaming just doesn't want to deal with it. Oh no, wait, Floppa doesn't want to deal with it. I'm a mess today.
All good.
Floppa just doesn't want to deal with it, and they're gonna go for mid instead and kind of push in, and then straight after trade, let's see if Viper can hold it down, but Viper goes down as well. Now it's down to Jet on
that's
site.
okay.
Maybe they can do something here. Oh, and the
Oh,
WhatsApp.
They do get a pick.
Good Neighbor
This
Gaming not be out yet.
Completely lost with the classic picks, you know.
Oh, it's Vector versus a classic, and Bomb is going down.
Oh,
Down?
the
Oh, it's a
fake?
fake though. And there we go. Flop
Only-
gets around.
Only so much you can do with a classic, unfortunately.
Yeah.
They get a pick though, which kind of decides the economy still. Remember, early game economy is very important. Picks can still mean a lot of things in the early round.
We're gonna see 4 rifles on the side of Good Neighbor Gaming, and we're not gonna see any rifles actually on Floppa's side. I'm kind of surprised they did just win.
Floppa most likely saving this round, saving their guns and from the last round, and Good Neighbor Gaming now having the advantage with the Vandals. It's kind of normal to buy on third round if you're still losing, to just buy rifles, the gamble
Destroyed.
to just buy rifles and have that overwhelming advantage of guns. Oh, but we will see a jet roll. It gets taken down through the smoke. Pretty impressive by
That's
Joy
rough,
there.
buddy.
That's very, very rough for them. Yeah, that's unfortunate.
So we're gonna see a flop on a 3v4, and Diego just hits
Ooh.
shots. Does
Diego's
not
the
miss.
TK. The f-
Now we're gonna have our other Diego, Phoenix, coming around here, using double flash, hopefully trying to push off this raise here. On two on one situation here, it's not looking good for
Player standing.
for Phoenix,
Yeah.
and Phoenix goes down. Now it's just Pearson on site against a 1v3. It is him against the world. Will he be able to pull this off? We've seen Pearson do some crazy things. Maybe he'll hit some shots, maybe he won't. He sees the killjoy and gets the killjoy, and then they peek him double. So
Yeah.
it's not going to go in his favor.
Unfortunate, gets immediately traded off there, and that was pretty good for Good Neighbor Gaming, but they are in the same situation as Mark was back on round 3, where most of their players have been taken out. So Good Neighbor Gaming will only be able to keep those 2 rifles, as now Morok will be able to full buy, and Good Neighbor Gaming is going to have a bit of a little disadvantage, but you know, I do see a judge in there, so you know, the unpredictable's a bit there.
What do you mean? There's 2 judges.
Oh, there's 2. Oh lord. Alright, well, let's hopefully see some good judging here. Oh, that'll be great.
I wonder if it's against their better judgment.
Oh my god, you just keep coming up with these.
I know. That's horrible. I have way too much free time.
Uh,
Anyways, let's focus on the game.
there goes one.
There
Flopper
goes one.
immediately with the A main push, a very fast push, and now immediately makes it a 3v3. I couldn't even see who died.
Floppa is on site, and the defender killjoy comes out. That is going to make it harder for Floppa to stay on site and defend their spike. However, we do see someone coming around ramps, and that does not work. It does work. Never mind. I saw the wrong person get picked. Now, with the 2 players detained, it goes in favor of Floppa.
That was a very good use of the Killjoy ult, just forcing them to move out of the way into wherever their line of sight is, as was demonstrated with the Phoenix. Kind of just walked into the Killjoy's point of view, because he had to get out. There was 2 seconds left. If he didn't get out, he would have died anyways. But that was unfortunate for Floppa. They did have a good start with the push, making it an even 3v3, but that Killjoy really just decided their round.
I want to give props to Supa over here playing Killjoy. You don't typically see your heavy fragger on Killjoy, which I'm assuming is Supa, because he's doing pretty well right now.
Yeah, Supa's
16 and 12.
popping off.
Yeah, so I think this is a really good thing turning out for Good Neighbor Gaming. But right now we're gonna see another A push coming from another B push coming from Floppa over here, and down goes Arena to the Killjoy, solidifying their fragging power again.
Yeah, there goes both of the duelists. Oh, didn't even realize Floppa
The
had
Raze
three
ult and
duelists.
takes
Ooh,
2.
Raze ult just deciding it's over there. And Diego will get traded off there by Slime. Raze ult, damn, just completely denying any chances they had there.
That Raze ult just coming in clutch and kind of destroying the push there. And you know what? Floppa. Good Neighbor Gaming didn't really need it, but it was kind of a flex, you know? Like, hey, I can rocket jump. I can shoot my little Raze ult, and just, you know, secure the round, and that's good for them. So now we see, we see a 6-11 in favor of Good Neighbor Gaming.
Now, one thing to mention, Floppa does have most of their ults, not counting the Jet, so that might have some kind of tide, turning tide in the later, probably next round, because you know they were forced to all buy sheriffs. That last round was kind of a buying round, and you know how that went.
Yeah.
Didn't go so good for them, but they will be kind of held up in certain positions, waiting for something to happen. You know, but Good Neighbor Gaming won't play to their baiting tricks, and we'll just hold this corner, as there's just 2 people kind of holding this corner on Heaven.
I have this fight.
Well, they're just waiting for something to happen, you know?
Yeah, that is something that I've noticed, that Good Neighbor Gaming isn't aggressive. They won't play into Floppa's kind of play style, and they're doing their own thing, and they're kind of setting the pace of this match, which is why I think they've been winning for most of this. You know, sure, they drop rounds here and there, but they're still doing very well. And if they win this round, they'll have half of the score of Floppa, so they're still in control here. They still have a good strong push, and they're leaving what seems to be living just Supa alone here. Supa gonna spray through the smoke, hopefully hit some people, but he does not. And we're gonna see Spike go down most likely, as Pearson is alone on site with the Cypher. And now we see Good Neighbor Gaming coming in through Heaven here. having full control. But here comes Serena. They don't know where she is. And it doesn't matter because Jet is prepared. She knows what's going on. And Jet is going to come around ramps, hopefully catch some more players off guard. But it looks like it doesn't matter that Jet's watching it because Raze's got the back. And down goes Floppa once again. This round now going in favor of Good Neighbor Gaming. Good Neighbor Gaming having 2 times the rounds of Floppa is not a good sign. They just need one more round to close it out, and they'll be able to win this match.
Yeah, so far, what you said during that last round was completely correct, with Good Neighbor Gaming just playing extremely just cautious and not playing into their game. It's been completely rewarding as well, as they've just been being able to catch these counters and stuff. And now we'll see, will this be the end of Floppa for round 2? And we'll see it in this round unless they make a comeback. They do have 3 ults though, so those 3 ults could make a difference. Hopefully, we will see a push here by Floppa, but Diego already falls down. Supa getting another, making it a 3v5. Gaming another goes down, 2v4, and it's looking dire. Not looking good. Spike is down.
You are correct. Spike may be down, but Pearson takes a lot of damage, and he dies to the Raze. So now it's a 1v4. Diego's gonna have to pull off a miracle here to actually win the round, and he gets too many crossfires for him to see anything. And that is GG once they defuse the Spike, going in favor of Good Neighbor Gaming. That was a good game. I think Floppa really put up a show, but in the end of the day, Good Neighbor Gaming was just more prepared, and they knew how to play against Floppa's playstyle.
Yeah, Floppa having that very aggressive playstyle, but Good Neighbor Gaming was able to kind of predict that, and they were just able to. Well, I'm looking for a word here, but they were able to predict their playstyle and just completely dominate over them. But yeah, good for Good Neighbor Gaming, and yeah, GG's to them.
Yeah,
that was an excellent game to watch. That ending 13-6 in Team Good Neighbor Gaming's favor. Excellent showing from both teams. Top frag. Interesting enough, both BMB Diego and Supa getting 19 frags. And kind of like being there, the average combat score was only by a difference of 9 between Diego and Supa.
that is
but
very
yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, so let's talk. I want to talk a lot about Good Neighbor Gaming's playstyle. Aelite, you mentioned it. They played very patiently, which I feel like, coming from, unrated games and public games, it is rare to see that level of patience. They did not push unless they had like a good reason to push.
You know what? I'm glad you said something about that. And I don't think it was the fact that they were playing patiently. I think it was the fact that they played very adaptive. And that is super important when it comes to games like Valorant. And depending on the type that they're going, like if the other team switches up randomly, you got to be prepared and you got to be on your toes for that. And it seemed to be like Floppa did this whole thing where they were trying different strats, trying different things, but Good Neighbor Gaming knew how to see it, change, and adapt, and fix themselves to get that round win. And I think that's what really brought it home for them.
I literally couldn't have said it better myself. Yeah, that was a wonderful description of what just happened. But yeah, Good Neighbor Gaming able to adapt to Floppa's playstyle, and Floppa having that very aggressive, kind of predictable playstyle. But if it works, it works. But in this case, it didn't. But
Next thing I wanted to bring up was the Astra picks. We saw both teams pick Astra. Like Aelite mentioned, that's kind of an unconventional pick typically. But both teams used it, so those players, Pearson and Slime, used their smokes to great effect. I mean, we saw those A pushes, and they always smoked off A Heaven, they smoke off CT. Like, they felt like they were so key in these fights, you just couldn't, it was so hard to push through those smokes. So,
Yeah.
How different would that have been? Do you think Astra was the key there, or do you think that really could have been any kind of character with the smoke, Omen, Brimstone?
Well, for Good Neighbor Gaming, they did have a plan. I'm pretty sure with the Astra pool, as I had mentioned earlier in the game, with any Molly, which actually it was able to kill off Floppa's Cipher in a round. So I believe they had that intention of just keeping Astra, but I think for Floppa, the smokes probably could have just been used by anyone else. I don't think I really saw much of Floppa using the other abilities, unless I'm just wrong.
Actually, that is a very good thing to bring up. Floppa did use their Astra, but they did not use it as effectively as Good Neighbor Gaming, in my opinion. Because, like I said it previously, Astra is a very technical agent. So seeing the way that they used Astra, I don't think it was the way she was meant to be played.
Mhm.
But um, but seeing Good Neighbor play Astra, using it effectively, using the combos like the Molly combo that we saw in one of the rounds, and using it to like use as a pushing tool was very very effective. I don't think we saw Floppa use the tools like we saw them use the smokes, but they didn't use like the wells and the like gravity fields to push at all when
Yeah.
you did see that on Good Neighbor Gaming side. So that was really the difference in the Astra play between the two. And as you can see, they did use Floppa used Astra as more of a fragging power when she's a technical player.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Well, Floppa may have used their abilities with Astra. I can definitely say they weren't able to use them as effectively as Good Neighbor. But yeah, that's just the Astra opinion there. But
All right. So some awesome analysis there. Astra, definitely an interesting character to talk about. Lots of weird abilities. But with that, we are actually going to take a short break before we get into the last round of this Stay Plugged In Western Showcase. Go take a bathroom break, fill up your water bottles, leave the stream on. We will be back momentarily.
whoop, whoop.
All right. Welcome back, everybody. This is round 3 of the Western Showcase hosted by Stay Plugged In. As always, I'm your host, Tech Runeskin, joined by my 2 wonderful co hosts.
Hey, once again, I'm Extreme 4008 in game, 7 outside anywhere else. I'm a caster for Norwalk High School. If you're here for round 2, you may recognize me there. And yeah, I'm here to have fun.
Hi, Ale Light, and I am also a caster from Norwalk High School, and I'm really excited to see this match, and I hope it turns out to be a good one.
Yeah, I'm excited for them. I'm excited for this one because this is going to be a interesting match. Because this is so we're going to actually see Team Floppa play again. We saw them in the last round actually, but this time we're going to watch them face off against Modern Day Varsity. Now, a little bit of history here between these two teams, which gets me kind of pumped up, kind of excited for this. Both Team Floppa, um, Team Floppa, Norwalk High School players against um, Modern Day High School, obviously. These two teams both competed in Trinity Esports Championships. Not only did they face off against each other multiple times, but they also scrimmed against each other multiple times. And now, I will say that Norwalk, because this was like an open tournament, brought in some outside talent, and I don't recognize all the names on Modern Day, so it looks like they might have done the same thing. So it looks like even though these teams might think they know each other, but I 100% expect to see some spice that we weren't aware of from either team.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how both teams play differently than how they're used to playing against each other. It's gonna be fun to see them kind of adapt and react to how they will both be playing.
All right, and it looks like we
That is
are
fun.
wow, not much time to really talk about stuff. We are loading into Haven already. This is quick. The two of you, any quick thoughts about Haven before we really launch into things?
TLDR, 3 sites, pretty big map. Not as big as Breeze though. Breeze's new map. Uh, pretty decent, good for flanks. Yes.
That works too.
Yeah.
Um, All I have to say is Haven. Yes, it's 3 maps. Rotating is kind of hard depending on what side of the map you are, or, well, yeah, what site you're on. And commonly played are Raze and Phoenix. Those are the duelists usually played. We see a lot of Omen and a lot of Brimstone because they bring nice smokes to cover off the A site, which is hard to push without it. And Sova has a lot of lineups here as well, so that's why we're seeing the Sova on Modern Day's side. No, wait.
On both sides, actually.
Nah, Modern Day is not locked in.
Yeah, Modern Day is not locked in, but he's kind of hovering over everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. We will see Team Floppa on attackers on the first half, and Modern Day on defenders. This will be interesting to see.
Yeah, so far we have a locked in of a Cypher, Omen,
Choose
those
your
are your
agent.
smokes. The Initiator here being, in fact, Sova, which we expected. Phoenix, expected pick. Raze, if they get locked in, be an expected pick. And that's the lineup for our attackers being Floppa. You want to look at our defending lineup?
Yeah, we got Omen, we got Phoenix, we got I think that's a Breach. Yeah, it's Breach.
That is Breach.
We got a Jet and a Sova. Sova, again, pretty good lineups here. It's a pretty open map and some cheeky ways to get things in. Omen good for smokes. Jet and Phoenix are duelists, and Breach is an additional flash that can be annoying sometimes. Breach flash is
Sometimes is an understatement.
yeah. The Breach flash, can't say enough about it. Just how he's able to just throw it at a wall. You see the wall completely. You can do it 3 times. It's something else.
You know what? It certainly breaches my temper.
You're back at it again.
Always. I always got jokes.
Always.
Come on now.
Yeah, let's go. All right.
So we are gonna see Modern Day on defense here, right? Yeah, Modern Day on defense, and we have Floppa attacking. Flop. I said that right.
Yes.
Yeah, I said that right. Okay, I don't know why I stopped myself.
Attacking, looking kind of towards this
ahead.
A main push. Although Team Modern Day's got some defense. Modern Day now's got the information that they're pushing and now has gathered most of their forces there. Some going towards heaven and some just staying around. But as the bait and switch, Floppa is hightailing it out. They're rotating to C. And looks like they're kind of expecting it, as no push has been happening in A, so they're assuming their normal positions. As a recon dart is out, and Floppa is on site. Spike will be going down. I didn't even realize earlier, but the raise on Floppa, Team Floppa, has already fallen. And Modern is going to be playing this retake. Kind of difficult here. Ooh, the Phoenix flash.
One enemy
there.
remaining.
It's a 1v4.
Oh,
It's a 3-piece there, but at 1 HP you get 1 tapped by anything, and that's what happens. It was a nice 3-piece by both the Jet on Modern Day and the Phoenix on Floppa. So yeah, props to them for getting the first, first 3Ks. It's pretty nice.
it's just duelists being duelists, man.
Duelists are nice.
Duelists gotta kill people. They go pew pew.
Duelists
And then-
got a duel.
Yeah. So what push we're gonna see come over here is probably towards B. We're gonna see how that goes for Flop. No, wait, is that it? Oh,
No, that's A. That's another A.
Yeah, that's A.
It might be another.
Perception.
Might be another bait and switch again, as they had done last time. Although we do got the lineup for the recon dart, which hits the site, but doesn't catch anyone. It seems Floppa is having control of the site. Modern Day rotating out. Spike is going to be put down, and no one has died yet. No one has taken damage. Everything is fine, looking fine. Sunshine and rainbows until the smoke goes away on Heaven, and Breach is able to peek out towards them. And Omen knows that the Breach is there. Got the aftershock there, I think. Yeah.
That is true, and now it's down to a 3v5 in favor of Floppa, but we have a nice little flank here coming from long, and it's all down to this Omen. But Omen gets one tapped by Bien Diego.
That was a pretty neato one tap. With the Sheriff's a pretty interesting weapon.
Yeah, you could say that again.
Okay. Sheriff is a pretty interesting weapon, as it has one tap potential, but it is a very skill based gun, to be said.
Thank you for taking me literally.
Yeah, no problem. All right, round
So we're
3.
gonna yeah,
Yeah,
we're gonna
Floppa
see.
at 2 against 0. Modern Day will be force buying and just trying to have that a little bit of advantage. Although whoever falls on Modern Day will have that kind of economic crisis in that situation.
We're gonna see Floppo with a bit of a split push, maybe. Cypher going through mid into garage, and the rest of the team pushing C-Long, which is very dangerous, considering that they do have... Modern Day does have an Ares, and that could just spray them down, but it's not going to be a problem as Floppo gets onto site, and Omen going to be planting the spike. So we're going to see Modern Day over here coming around the corners, trying to see if they can get a couple picks, but it's very hard to take the C site as it is very closed off, and there's only 3 entrances, and really only 2 of them are available.
Yeah. Oh, there's a. They lined up there for Sova there as he gets a 2-piece. Breach flashes goes out, able to get 1. Will his aim be true? And it won't be for Breach as Diego's able to take him off the Sheriff. Now these early rounds are now in definite favor of Floppa as they're able to pick up the previous guns. 2 of them were able to pick up the 2 Vandals there, and now Modern Day is kind of in this economic crisis as it's not really much of an understatement. If you were here for round 2 last game, there's a lot of those happening. There's kind of a bit of a famine here, and not much guns being able to be played with. But joking aside, we're going back again here in round 4 with Floppa back on this A push. Jet from Modern Day using the knives, but not choosing to peek out, as probably not that smart with 4 people looking at you. Omen kind of seeing the Cypher, but not able to kill him from window. Cypher getting this kind of mid control, stopping any rotations from there, as it might happen. But where the main action's happening on C site, where Floppa's already on site.
Floppa once again taking control of site. So Floppa is once again taking control of site, closing off all the entrances. They're gonna have someone play back. It looks like they're gonna have someone play C-Long, and they're gonna have a couple people on site to make sure that Modern Day does not get in, and first Modern Day player goes down, and they have someone coming around the flank. So Silva here is by themselves and not in a good position. They might just save rifle here or go for it. Sees the Phoenix, and that's a 2-piece for Silva. Silva looking in the right position, sees the raise, does not get the kill. Sees Silva gets the kill, and it's now a 1-on-1.
Well, will he have enough time?
Silva can hit this. Silva needs to get it on right now.
Does he have enough time?
He does not have enough
He
time.
does not have enough time. That was such an unfortunate loss of a round there, but the 4-piece almost recovery is something not to scoff at. That was really impressive there, and might have brought him back from the economy crisis. Getting 4 kills is like 800 credits, which is still a lot, I believe.
800 credits is enough to buy light armor.
That is, yeah, no.
And a Sheriff. Well, you can buy a Sheriff or light armor.
Yeah, light armor is like 400.
Right here.
Yeah, light armor is in fact 400.
Yeah, thank you for fact checking me.
I
Round
got
5.
Scanning ahead.
Floppa again with this kind of A bait here with main. Don't know when to stop. It's working. Kind of just pushing.
Joke's over.
And they're going hard. They got the Phoenix O off. Allowing him to just push in, and if his clone dies, he can just go back to his original body where it was placed. But Diego, here with the flanks, he's able to just get this control in mid, and as he gets 2, Diego's kind of setting the pace here, I want to say.
Yeah, Floppa is definitely playing a very aggressive type of game, and it doesn't seem to be fair to the Modern Day. Modern Day, however, quickly falling once again with every person that they try to push is just not working quite well for them. They're not doing well when it comes to this aggressive playstyle that Floppa is having.
Yeah, all Modern Day needs to do is adapt to the situation, although they're having trouble adapting to the Cypher from Floppa. as he's just, peeking in mid and getting picks. Getting picks is very important in Valorant, as that's less backup that you can have coming into the defense. And
Definitely, for sure. BM Diego coming very, very big for their team.
yeah, he's kind of been a thorn in their side. Although he's gonna stop that. He's gonna join his allies into the C long push. Orb is gonna be grabbed, and they're no longer using.
Unstoppable and gets 3 on that first shot. Doesn't get a second person with the second shot,
Ooh,
and
there
gets
goes
a kill
one. Yeah,
with the third.
he's able to tag up the Omen a bit, as well as I believe Diego there. And that was not a bad ult there. Diego gets killed, or not? Diego kills the other Phoenix. Kind of a Phoenix trade there, but not trade. Nah, whatever. 4v4. Spike is down. And
It is, yeah, it is a 4v4. And the breach,
breach ult.
that's probably going to work out in their favor. Omen stun, and that's 2, and now it's down to Diego, but Diego's in the corner and gets spotted out by the Omen, giving the round.
Unfortunate Diego with the lineup, though.
Yeah.
Or not the lineup, Team Modern Day accidentally lined up in front of each other to Diego's shot, but Omen was luckily out of that line and was able to trade off to get the win, putting Modern Day on the board, but with an incredible lead of 5-1 now. Modern Day able to stop them in their lead, and that was a pretty good breach ult by the breach, of course, and just allowing the stun to go through, and having them. The stun is very powerful, as one would say.
So now we're gonna see another split push from Floppa, going for a bit of a different approach, but they're still going for C, which has been their most successful site, even though they did just lose that one round. But you know what? One time is one time, and it looks like
there goes
over
Diego
here
again with the flank. Oh, didn't realize this, but Uncle G, the Jet on Modern Day, bought an op. We haven't talked about the op yet. If you were here for round 2, there was none, I believe.
Yeah, there was no off play.
Yeah, we'll talk about the op hopefully in the next round.
So it looks like the retake is going smoothly for Modern Day, as both Floppa players are in long, but long is a very advantaged.
Oh, they lined up again.
But with the flank coming around, and Omen takes out Omen, making this round go in favor of Modern Day, giving them their second round and hopefully a swing of momentum to pull it together, or maybe even give them a tie.
Yeah, that momentum is going to be important. So now we can talk about the op. Very powerful weapon, costs 5,000 credits.
I need a drop.
It's a bit of a bang for your buck there. Instant kills at body shot or higher, and it's very powerful in the hands of Jet, which is coincidentally using it with the dash ability. It's just a pretty good combo there. Yeah.
This is kind of lining up to be something good. Floppa is pushing A, and Jet's going to do a nice little peek. Maybe Jet can hit something here. Sees the recon bolt, but decides to back off because they did get hit.
Unfortunately, has to push off, or else, knowledge is power. Oh, Diego getting seen by the breach, getting tagged a bit, forcing him to just back off there.
Floppa does not like A. They just they tease a little bit, and they're like, you know what? Never mind.
Yeah, Floppa has just been consistently teasing A, and then backing off to C. We have Diego here again in mid. Diego's been pretty proficient in mid, kind of getting the push, but
Spike planted.
Omen gets the best of him, and that's a 3v4 in favor of Modern Day. Modern Day using the ult, getting Omen from Team Floppa.
One enemy remaining.
And he gets another one.
Going kind of big, getting a 2-piece.
Yeah, so left to the other Phoenix on Team Floppa. We'll get one, but we'll get traded off by Omen.
Diego got 2.
Dang.
Yeah, Diego got 2 on the entry, and then it looks like they're gonna give the breach the half so they can get a little ult point.
Yeah, he's one away from being able to do his big stun once again. And that's useful for a retake.
Something to mention about this breach ult, as you saw when it was used, it's very powerful as it stuns you for a while, and it kind of limits your vision. And not only does it limit your vision, but it also limits your shooting, which ends up not working very well if you get pushed while stunned.
Yeah, when you're stunned, you're not shooting
here.
as fast anymore or as accurate, and it's a mess. You never want to be stunned. But with the ult,
Take flight.
it's a big wide just area that just controls a lot and can change the tide of a lot of situations. Now Floppa is gonna, looks like they might commit to this A push now. They've got a pick and they can play with that.
Come on, let's go.
We got the Phoenix ult pushing out of sewers. Oh, but Dipper! Oh, the Omen teleports behind and it's gonna catch Diego off of the rip, off of the ult ending. That was a creative
That was a
play
good-
by him.
It was a very creative play, but it did not end up working in their favor. As now it's very even,
Shut
and
I
down
know
goes
exactly
goes Floppa's one by one. Now it's just left to sewer and top of sewer. So we're coming around. Season 1 gets taken down by the Jet. Jet's gonna
Yeah.
push his Cypher, and Cypher gets taken out with the classic jump shot, which is to say powerful to say the least. It kind of hurts a little bit too when you die to the classic jump shot. It's like, ouch.
Like, man, you really had to do that to me.
It's kind of a style move, but a strong style move.
It's got like the flex points there.
Yeah.
But Modern Day now with this momentum, a 4-point lead, now catching up to Floppa, and Team Floppa now has to do something about it. They got most of their guns. Omen's gonna have to settle with a sheriff, but you know he can hit those. I hope.
Yes. So now we see full rifles on every team. So this is gonna be, or almost full rifles on every team, and we're gonna have an interesting round because that means the playing field or the shooting field is gonna be a lot more even. So let's see how that turns out.
Yeah, looks like Floppa's gonna be going for this A push. They've been consistently going for this like kind of A bait or push, and they're kind of like confused on which one to pick.
But it's not a bait this time, as
Yeah, it's not a bait.
as they're kind of committing to the plant here. Omen pushing down, and down goes the spike. Now we have 2 people in heaven, 1 person in heaven, and then we have the Phoenix trying to back up the Jet here. The Jet does have an op, which kind of gives them an advantage to look around. And we can see some pings coming out here saying because they know where people are.
Yeah, it looks like we got a
Revealing area.
3v4 situation. We got Modern Day pushing out, and now trades are being traded 2v1, and now Modern Day will get that.
Water Day tying up the score. Like I said, that those 2 rounds in the beginning gave them some kind of momentum to come up and tie the round. I actually didn't jinx it with the Caster's Curse, which I'm kind of surprised about. But let's not talk about that, because that's probably worse. Anyways,
Yeah.
now we're seeing a full rifles from Modern Day, or except for a classic. No, there we go. There's a rifle
from Team Floppa, yes, I believe. I mean, from both sides, I guess.
from both sides. They're like, you know what, we can buy. Except for Diego. Diego doesn't seem to have a gun yet. Oh, Diego's gonna go with the sheriff.
Yeah, Team Floppa, a bit of an economic crisis as they have lost 5 rounds in a row, and doing that does not give you much econ.
Deploying
Ooh, but
drone.
Uncle G, the Jet player from Modern Day, is now on top of the little green box there. Gets
Playing
scanned,
very aggressive.
but
Scared off Floppa
yeah,
to a
scared off
different
Floppa
site.
with the op. The op is a very scary weapon. You don't want to be on a long end with that.
Of course,
got
that just
Diego.
hurts.
Kind of on this mid push. Dipper getting the drop on him. Like literally.
So now we,
drop
yeah. So now we see this 8 push coming out,
Ooh.
and with Spike Planet, this is kind of in favor of Floppa. They're playing very passive here, playing that close plant meta, if you will. Sova trying to see if he can pick up anybody, but does not hit anybody with his ult. They're trying to funnel in, and now Floppa pushing in for a more aggressive hold. Ray's coming around, sees the Phoenix, takes the Phoenix, and now Omen is inside top of sewer, but they don't. Not sure where Omen is. They're playing Ring Around the Rosies, and Omen on Omen crying. Omen gets the Omen.
A bit of a misclick there, I
Last
think,
round in the
by the
half.
Sova. But as just announced, this is the last round of the half, where both teams will be swapped positioned, where Team Flopper will be defending and Modern Day will be attacking. And so now both teams got to use everything they got before it just gets reset, and we're back to pistols.
It's very interesting. I want to see what kind of buys we're gonna see here. We got a full rifle from Floppa, and then we got a couple rifles and an op on Modern Day. So this should be an interesting round to see how it plays out. And it seems to be the op is on B side, and we have a lone Sova on C side, which seems to be the site that Floppa is pushing. And it's almost a full push through long, which is very risky sometimes, because sometimes you just get sprayed. And C side's clear because they don't.
Yeah, it looks like Modern Day is just gonna allow them this push. I think they're gonna be playing retake here, but
Spike planted.
yeah, okay. So
We-
Bray's gonna use the ult, kind of stopping them from pushing a bit. Does it get someone? No, but I think it might have hurt. There goes the breach ult for retake. There goes Silva with two picks. Oh, there goes three right ahead for Floppa. Last one, and there goes. Wow, Floppa just being able. Team Floppa just being able to completely just like change
Switching
that in an
sides.
instant, getting all those picks. It looked to be in favor for Modern Day after the breach ult. They got a two-piece there by their Sova, and then it kind of just fell apart there after a bunch of picks.
It definitely looked to turn out different than it did. But now we have Floppa on defending side, and we have Modern Day attacking. Now that might change up the flow of the match. I'm not sure how this will go, because sometimes, you know what? I said something decided, and then it just doesn't work out, and I just need to stop talking about it.
Yeah.
So
Oh, good.
we're gonna see how this plays out with the Sova. They probably will have Phoenix on entry, which often works out because of his flashes, and I'm kind of surprised here to see the Jet going in alone through long. That's not something people typically do. Oh, here comes the Sova to back him up. Jet and Cypher getting a little squabble there during the smoke, but Cypher goes down eventually, giving control of sight to Modern Day.
Oh,
Has to run away from Spike. Oh, and down to the fire.
Down A.
okay. There's a lot happening here.
Last player
It's
People
just
are
a
getting
quick back
picked.
and forth of trades.
Modern Day will actually get that.
It's just a
which is-
quick back and
which is
forth
good
of
for them,
trades.
yeah. Quick back and forth, as you have said.
Yeah, it was the quick back and forth of trades, which was very nice to see and kind of uncommon, especially on Haven, I think. I feel like it's always very like, oh, we get one pick and then the other person gets another pick, and then it's not really a back and forth that we typically see. But it was nice to see the action just go forth no matter how the push was going. Now I think we're going to see a B push here coming out of Modern Day.
Yeah, Modern Day might be going for this B push. Looks like they're leaving the spike behind as they don't want someone who's up ahead dying with it, probably. Recon Dart scanning the Omen, which puts him in a bad spot now. Team Floppa now kind of rotating out of both sides to kind of meet the force that is here in mid. But that might be a mistake, as they could rotate at any moment. But it looks like they won't for now.
Something
As-
you have to watch out for when you're pushing B is that it's usually an all-out brawl. Either
Yeah.
you gotta make sure you get those quick trades, and if you don't get those quick trades, then you're not gonna get the site. And it looks like Modern Day has decided to switch up their push, not wanting to take this big old ball that it is. And Phoenix lights up the Sova, who was knife jumping to get the peek around.
Oh, it looks like they're going to be rushing the C site now, after completely changing their mind. Oh, through the smoke, Phoenix getting the raise. And after total chaos, Spikey will be down, and it will be a 4v3 in favor of Modern Day. Smoke's going out by the Jet, and just total chaos, in my opinion. But now
See,
things are
Modern Day is
slowing
actually
down.
doing very well as we see this Phoenix peek the
Last player
Cypher, but
standing.
Cypher does not care because Cypher's gonna kill a Phoenix, and Cypher dies to the Jet, kind of giving this round to Modern Day. Modern Day is doing very well. They're coming back and they're showing that they aren't gonna give up without a fight, tying up the game once again.
Yeah, Modern Day's been really good on attack. They've won both rounds. It's now round 3 of the half, technically round 15. And now looks like Modern Day will be half buying rifles, half sheriffs, and actually no, Modern Day will be buying specters. Looks like Floppa will be buying half rifles and like half
This is a nice
specter.
spot.
Floppa's going to be force buying basically here.
Yeah.
They've got
Joke's
no
over.
money, and
You're
whoever
dead.
dies will now be in economic crisis, as I have stated multiple times. I've just been repeating that word.
That is the word of the stream,
That is the word of the
or phrase of the stream, I guess.
crisis. Yep. Anyways, Modern Day
On
planting
site.
the bomb on site
Spike
immediately.
planted.
4v4, and although there's not really, there's only 2 people to cover the sites. A 3v4 in favor of Floppa, as the one person. Actually no, Modern Day is kind of cleaning up here.
See, the thing you forget is Uncle G, he hits these.
One enemy
See,
remaining.
he hits one, and he's probably gonna get the Cypher,
He hits
and
the
he
other.
hits these. He hits these. Uncle
hits
G,
those.
the top fragger on the Modern Day team, now has a Phantom in hand, which makes him even more dangerous. I feel like we don't give our top fraggers a little bit of love.
Yeah.
They've been doing fairly well. I think we mentioned Diego earlier, but we did not mention Modern Day. Modern Day Uncle G doing fairly well for this game, especially on Cypher side. He's been very prominent as well.
Yeah, Uncle G last half with the op, being able to get a lot of picks and a lot of profit off of that, which makes him a pretty good player there. And looks like Modern Day will be going for this A-long push again. Ooh, the shock dart from Sova, just getting a lot of value there, able to catch a bunch of people and just giving them that damage bonus there. Unfortunate for Modern Day, but it looks like Modern Day is kind of sneakily rotating off of that, as they don't want to mess with that anymore. Into B. They might go into garage to C, or they might just go into B. Kind of unknown here.
Kind
But
of
they're playing
just
it
see
smart.
all at bottom mid, and they're gonna put up some smokes and maybe try to fake out, and it seems that they're gonna just return to A, hopefully thinking that Floppa has left the site, and they kind of have. They left alone the Sova.
Sova was already there from the beginning, so actually no, he was accompanied by Phoenix, I believe so.
Seems to be like the plan is always leave Sova there, and he'll take care of it. He'll hold him off until we can rotate. They have a lot of trust in Sova here, as you saw him usually on C site, and now there's a quick push onto site, and Sova's left alone, and Sova's down.
Yeah, Sova gets flashed and he's down
Spike
immediately.
planted.
Spike is also down. It's a 4v5 in favor of Modern Day. Modern Day also having the artillery to just dominate this round, and this is already looking in favor of Modern Day. Blind is going off by Omen. Uncle G getting the raise. There's a bit of a battle here in heaven with
Last
Classic
player
and a Phantom,
Flawless.
and we got a flawless by Modern Day.
Modern Day did very well that round, skillfully pulling off every execution that they needed to. I think they ended up deciding against the rotate, which really ended up helping them and letting them win that round.
Yeah, Modern Day also with the powerful guns, being able to use that with Floppa's disadvantage there. I remember just seeing a Phoenix fight with a Classic against a Phantom there.
Now we're gonna see, but now things might turn out different because it is a full rifle buy from both teams, so this might work out differently than usual. But as typical for Modern Day, we're going to see a bit of a split push, as they seem to be undecisive on which site they want to push, which is very common on this map. You kind of just got to play around until you see an opportunity and then rush as much as possible.
Selva tried to be a bit of aggressive here and push out, but to no profit there. Gets
Did
picked
not
out.
work out in his favor.
Yeah.
We still do see Modern Day kind of playing in spawn, waiting for an opportunity. Maybe they'll be able to push A once again, and it looks like they're gonna go for a slow push over here through sewers and through A long. And so far, the only person on this site is in fact Diego or Phoenix. He is alone, however, and in heaven, which is kind of harder to defend. If they are able to smoke that off, that'll be the end of Diego's ability to hold off the site by himself. And we see Breach here kind of creeping up, and he'll be able to plant the bomb. Smoke's going off. Breach is pushing in, and there we go. Bomb is gonna go down.
Oh,
Phoenix ulting, jumping right down, and sees out. Does not work out in his favor. Diego has to do some anything from Heaven to help his teammates. Because if he can't do anything, oh, here comes Cypher to help him. If nothing comes
Yeah,
out from Heaven, then
that
you're not
smoke-
going to be able to get this retake.
Smoke blinding him off, but as soon as that smoke goes down, they're able to get 2 picks there. Cypher going out to locate the last 2 remaining players. It looks like Sova from Modern Day has a lineup here that might come into play here,
Last player standing.
and it's all up to him. Oh, he doesn't have a lineup. He has an ult. My apology there. Looks like Diego's gonna go meet him up there, and they might
have enough time.
Yeah, they do have enough time there. A good retake by.
Oh, we're
they
wrong.
don't! Oh,
And that is a nice
Point
cut
six.
coming from Tex-Mex Geo. Very nice to see that. This is very prominent in what is it called? Nerd Street, the Pro League. You play that post plant with your Sova, and it just works out in your favor. And he did it very perfectly. As you saw, there was a lot of space in between each Sova bolt that he shot. So he played it perfectly, and that ultimately won his team the round. 10-7 now, giving them a 3-round lead.
0.6 seconds, and that's completely unfortunate for Team Floppa, as that was an important round to win, as they are in an economic crisis against 5 wins in a row. But Modern Day will now hard push into C, very aggressive now, already catching 2 of them, but Diego able to get a trade there. Now a 3v3 with Phoenix getting a pick. Planting the spike. Oh, and we have the Sova ult delaying the plant.
Oh, and he
Able
gets...
to get the Phoenix and tagging up the Sova as well.
We see Phoenix creeping up through garage, sees the Jet, takes out the Jet, and now it's down to Sova, and
that
Sova
was
will go down to Phoenix as
played.
well.
Beautifully
That is-
played by Team Floppa.
Yeah, that was a very nice retake, and they're going to give Sova the other half to help him get his ult as well, as he did just use it. And now we're at 10-8, but it's hard for this to look like a good thing, as they did just win 4 rounds. But you know what? We saw Modern Day do the same thing, so we gotta hope Floppa just does their thing too. You know, don't count them out. They're still in here. They're good. They're chilling.
Team Floppa, hopefully, with this win, able to get the momentum that they need to catch up by 2, hopefully. And looks like Modern Day will be going for this A push again, unless it's an A bait. We have
And it's
seen
a
lot
full
of
push.
those this game. Yeah.
But this time it seems to be a full push into A site. The only difference being that they have Breach going in through sewers, and this Breach is gonna have to meet this Sova if something is going to happen. Breach is preparing to use their ult, so this is gonna make it a lot more interesting.
We
And
got a
Breach
Phoenix ult there.
ultimately cancels.
Phoenix ult trying to find somebody, unable to get any value as just kind of too far away from there. Oh, but Selva does get the breach, stopping the possibility of the breach ult, and Omen with the flank catching Jet, but he does get traded off there. Oh, there goes Pearson with the window peek, but one is in garage,
Now
going towards Seaside.
it is a 2v4, however, but the Spike is going down, and Spike going down gives them a bit of an advantage, and now it is a 3v2. This might just work out for Modern Day, but Diego is on the flank, and Pearson in garage, and then coming from spawn we have Sova. So this is not looking well for them, and down goes the Phoenix. Mid long, Omen wins the fight, and now it's on site versus long. And this is going to have to be played very differently. He has to win this gunfight, but can't win it, therefore giving the round to Floppa.
Yeah, unfortunately, their Modern Day's Phoenix got scanned by the Sova recon dart, displaying his position for the world to see, and was able to get picked off there. But yeah, that was unfortunate for him, as he was a very important piece to his victory. And now, yeah, Floppa with this momentum. They've got 2 wins in a row now. They got some money now. They're not totally broke. They can get some guns. Uncle G looking to use his knives, and looks like
This is a nice
Breach will just chill with his Spectre.
This should do.
Looks like we're going to see another C push coming out of Modern Day.
All right, yeah, C push. We got although we
Joke's
got
over. You're
oh we
dead.
got the Phoenix ult into garage. Will it get any value? Yes, it will. Catches Pearson off and able to get some information for his team as he goes back. Now, Sova and Omen from Team
Player
Floppa
standing.
flanking around
Spike down.
Oh, and that's
C.
spiked
Garage.
down.
That spike down as
And
everyone
maybe
has
just
picked off.
yeah, it may just be Diego, but he has spiked down, and that is oh no wait. Yeah.
Phoenix from Modern Day is all left alone. That's kind of a bit of a jump scare there from Sova's screen, and yeah, there goes the third winner in a row for Team Floppa.
That is a tie. That is a tie game. Just like Modern Day, the first game. Sorry, Modern Day, the first game, the first half, they used their momentum and made it into a tie. This is turning out to be a very interesting match. It wasn't very back and forth, but it seems to be when one goes on a round streak, the other goes on a round streak, ultimately tying the game. And I think we might see an overtime here, just with how the teams are playing.
An overtime would be fun to watch, but enough talking. We got round 21. Daniel getting the first pick of this round against Phoenix, and now bit disoriented here. We got they're trying to just make a Madari's trying to just come up with a decision here. They don't know what to do now. They're playing slow. They're waiting for someone to push out so they can get a pick, but it looks like Floppa is adapting. They're playing slow now. They're playing cautiously. They're not pushing up as far as they used to.
Well, yeah, Modern Day has a person disadvantage, which is not easy to do, especially on when you're an attacker. And that was their Phoenix. That Phoenix was their entry point as a duelist. The only other duelist they have is Jet, but she doesn't have flashes. If they want to pull some kind of entry point off, they might have to use their breach flashes and then become coordinated. We're gonna see Cypher here alone on site, and he's gonna pick off 2, and that turns out pick off 3 in favor of Floppa, and just a flawless round for them.
That was a whole lot happening. Let me see if I can recap that. So, Cypher, immediately as the push happens, able to use his abilities to kind of slow them down, locate the Jet with the tripwire, and just gets the 3-piece right there and then. Now with Pearson the Rays popping the ult and kind of walking past one of the players on Modern Day and just blast packs and shoots a rocket in his face, able to get the final kill of that round, getting the dub. And now Team Floppa's got this momentum. They're in the lead.
They are in fact in the lead, but maybe this will work out as they do have more people on this A site. Never mind, Sova decides to walk away, but that means the breach ult does not hit him.
Yeah, breach ult doesn't hit him.
Omen planning out in the open, that might not work out well, and the bomb goes down. But they do take out the Phoenix.
No, the spike didn't go down. Phoenix was flashed out of heaven and was able to stop him before he could plant the spike. Sova with the ult, getting another pick. Gets 2 actually. That's actually
One enemy remaining.
Insane. 1 player left for Modern Day.
Down to Modern Day. Modern Day now on a 1v1. Omen in long, and Modern Day on site.
They both know where each
Modern Day
other
does
are.
have. Modern Day does not have control of where bomb is though, so this might not work in favor of Modern Day. Dan the Man seems to be backing off here, which gives Sova a chance to get the bomb. Sova will be able to plant here behind the boxes, giving him a cover advantage to the Omen.
Planted.
Omen having to push here and practically play attack, and hopefully this will work out for them. Sova being smart, going to Heaven, giving him a nice angle from the back of Heaven onto the spike, and this definitely turned out in favor. Omen however, doesn't get spotted by this Sova boat, and the smoke comes out, giving him a chance to pick, and the Sova ult comes out, and he gets the kill with the Sova ult, evening out the round, and now we have a tie.
I was gonna mention it, but yeah, Sova did have that ult if he wanted to just play super cautiously. He didn't have to push out. He has that ability to just aim at the bomb, because it's a 1v1. He's in a safe position. The enemy has to go to the bomb to defuse it. He's not gonna walk all the way around towards Heaven, which allows him to just press a button and win the round there. So that was smart by Modern Day Sova there. wonderfully played by him, allowing him to stop the momentum that Floppa had and bringing it to another tie.
And we see here what seems to be a B push. That they
Joke's
might be fully
over.
committing.
You're
And
dead.
yes, they are. If Phoenix pulls out the ult, Modern Day pushing it in. Maybe Phoenix can pick up a kill. Pre-fire's coming out. Doesn't see anything just yet. And bomb is about to go down. Phoenix already planting, and this is not looking good as
Spike
the jet
planted.
gets taken off, and that's Floppa's entry point. Floppa getting, Sova getting two, sorry,
One enemy
right off the
remaining.
bat, and now it's down to Dipper. Dipper won't be able to get anything, however, as Cypher shuts him down on the flank, coming to help the bomb, maybe try to defuse it, but it's just not working out in their favor. And now Floppa gets the advantage.
Floppa comes back. They're not gonna let Modern Day get that momentum again, as we've seen what that happened. That happened to 5 wins in a row, which is actually incredible if I look back at that actually. All right,
Yeah.
match point. If Team Floppa wins this round, they will have won the game, and we won't go to overtime. But if Team Modern Day wins this round, we will go into overtime, and this might be a long game if it does. The recon boat scanning everyone, literally just saying, "Hey, I'm here." And
Modern Day doesn't care. Modern Day's gonna push in anyway and kind of go for it.
Modern Day's
Diego,
been-
Spike down.
yeah,
A.
Diego picking off the breach, kind of important pick as well. Phoenix going for the plant here, and that's gonna be Modern Day on site and kind of taking control. However, Pearson picks off someone, kind of cutting off the rotation or the site hold.
There's a nice Phoenix flash by Modern Day, and it's a 3v3. Phoenix is stuck in this
Last player
corner,
standing.
and
Down
this
Sova.
might be it. It's all left to Sova. It's 2v1,
One enemy remaining.
and that's game.
That's game.
Yeah, I was unfortunate that round. Phoenix was stuck in a little corner. He was trying to hold Heaven, but he knew there was people in CT, and then
Defenders
people
win.
under Heaven was just kind of stuck there as they couldn't really push out. So that was very unfortunate for Modern Day then, right there, as they
It was
were just
definitely.
stuck. They couldn't
But you
do
know what? Props to Modern Day and to Floppa. That was a very interesting match to watch.
It was a very good match to watch. Total score 11-13. Winners are Team Floppa. Very good. Very good
Yeah,
game.
I got to agree. That was a crazy game. I mean, think about that. How at the beginning of the game, Floppa was up 5-0, and not only did Modern Day come back from that, but they once side switch. I mean, it seemed like they were gonna make just a complete sweep. Something clicked with them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
It was.
excuse
It
me.
looked. Oh, my bad. After the half, when Modern Day got the 5 wins in a row, and then Floppa started winning again, it seemed that Floppa had understand what Modern Day was doing, and they were adapting, which is very important when you're now defending. So yeah, Floppa uh, was pretty good there at adapting to their situation, and so was Modern Day in the first half when Team Floppa had 5 wins in a row, and then Modern Day had 5 wins in a row after that. They adapted to that situation there, and they did it pretty well.
Yeah, it was. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, please go ahead. Please go ahead.
Oh, okay. So I think the match was really interesting, and the fact that they were able to go back and forth was the fact that they, like I mentioned this in the previous match, is the teams are you got to be adaptive whenever it comes to it, and the difference between last match, which we saw Floppa play, was they weren't as adaptive and they were playing aggressive, but what randomly to me was that both teams were adaptive, so that's why this match was so close. Modern Day got aggressive, then Norwalk Floppa started to play in a different way to answer that, and then when Floppa got too aggressive, Modern Day started to change, which is why it became neck and neck, which I was really excited to see, and I'm really glad that it put up a good showcase.
Yeah,
Yeah,
totally.
I agree as well. This was an awesome match to see. Like those neck and neck games, I think we've said it in every single stream for this Western Showcase, but like the best games to watch are those games that go to like the wire, to the absolute last game. And this did pretty much go to the absolute last game bar, you know, a tiebreaker situation. It was incredibly fun to watch this thing. Shout outs to both teams. Both teams absolutely killed it.
Yeah, shout outs to them for sure.
Of course.
All right. So, with that, everybody, that is officially the end of the Western Showcase. In case you're curious about the other game, that was Good Neighbors Gaming versus Vikings. Good Neighbor Gaming was able to take that match, meaning that they went undefeated in this Western Showcase, followed up by Floppa, then Modern Day, and then Vikings. So, awesome games all around. Hope everybody enjoyed the Overwatch and the Valorant today. I have to say it was incredibly fun to watch these two teams duke it out, clearly evenly skilled, and just an absolute blast.
Yeah, it was super fun being here. Thank you for having me again. And yeah, happy to be here.
Yeah, it was very nice to cast.
Yeah, and I hope that maybe we can maybe see the two of you back here someday, or for those of you out in the crowd right now, um, if you ever stop by the Norwalk High School Esports Twitch page, you'll hear these two cast our Valorant games rather regularly. Of course, with the summer, that's going to be a little bit less than usual. But once once the semester starts up, you'll see us casting and streaming way more competitive Valorant games over in for the Trinity Esports Championship. Once again, I've been Tech Runeskin, joined by Extreme 4007 and ALA. You two have any last closing remarks?
Uh, GG's to all the teams that participated in this tournament, and I hope they all had fun.
Icebox bad.
Icebox bad.
Yeah.
And with that very poignant remark, we will be closing out. I hope you all have an excellent rest of your weekend. Thanks for being here. Catch us next time.